Hello and welcome back to another Understand Your Buyer video. In this video, we're looking at the vernacular. So what is it? Well, the vernacular is all about defining what your offering is in the simplest of terms. Now, this has got nothing to do with branding and everything to do with potential buyers just understanding your offering. For example, my company is Clear Sales Message, but I would be classified as a sales consultant. That's essentially what I am, quote unquote. So how does it work? Well, it works because if you can clearly define what you are, whether it's a known term like sales consultant, or whether you create a term like messaging specialist, having the vernacular defined allows you to explain your offering in a simple and accessible way. Often the vernacular can be the visual or behavioral characteristics of the offering itself, such as the yellow cab in that picture. That's exactly what it is. It's a yellow cab. Now, the vernacular helps your potential clients to understand what you are and what you offer in the most basic terms. If you have an abstract name or sophisticated branding, it can sometimes miss those basic elements that your buyer needs to see in order to understand what you do. And one of the main maxims in my business is that if they don't understand it, they can't buy it. So the vernacular helps us to stay close to the most simple and basic explanation of what you are and what you offer. So how can you use it? Well, if you don't already have your vernacular defined, consider either using an existing term that explains what you do or what you are. This could be in the form of a visual description or a series of identifiable characteristics known as a schema. So if I told you something was red, fast and sporty, you're probably going to think of a sports car. That's what a schema is. A schema is a selection of elements that combine together. So yellow cab, well, the color is yellow, cab is what it is. That's the vernacular. You could also be inspired by your competitors who may have already defined the vernacular, and maybe you can use that to inspire you to define it yourself. To take things that little step further, you could also make your brand name or your domain name the vernacular. So that's what you've done here with Clear Sales Message. Although Clear Sales Message is a brand name per se, it's actually the vernacular. It's the basic explanation of what we do and what we are in the simplest of terms. When you can achieve that, you achieve something called eponymy, which is where your brand becomes the thing. So even if you own a Dyson vacuum cleaner at home, you call it doing the hoovering. Hoover is a brand name. Most vacuum cleaners are known as Hoovers, but not all vacuum cleaners, or very few now actually, vacuum cleaners are Hoovers. But because of their eponymous nature, because they cornered the market and they were so famous, they became the vernacular, they became the thing. So whatever you choose to do, be sure to have a simple and easy to digest explanation of what you are and what you do. So that's the vernacular. Explaining what you are in the simplest of terms and using the basic language of your buyer is something that's quite deeply underrated. Well, that's it for another Understand Your Buyer video. And if you like this kind of stuff, then you'll definitely like the book, which you can buy at understandyourbuyer.com.